All right, everyone, welcome to video number 4. We're going to call this one 3D shapes. So this is the real bread and butter of SketchUp, creating three-dimensional objects, right? So let's create new, and then we're going to kill Dave and save. Always start by kill Dave and save. Label this in our SketchUp folder, 3D shapes. So go ahead and pause the video. If I did that a little fast, you should notice it save up in the top left, 3D shapes, and you're ready to go. So unpause when you're ready to move forward. Okay, let's see what you've learned. I'm going to put these up on the screen, and I want you to make them. Please make, in a line along your red axis, like we have been in the past, make a 3 foot by 3 foot square, a rectangle that is 4 feet by 9 feet, a triangle that has base 5 feet and height 2 feet, and a circle that has a radius of 2. They're up on the screen. Try them on your own, and then I'll show you how to do it after that. So, well, actually I won't. I'm going to skip over that, and they're going to be on the screen when you come back. So pause right now and try it on your own. All right, so we've got all of our shapes. If you quickly want to check your shapes to make sure they're correct without using the dimension tool, so right here is your dimension tool, but something that is much faster than doing this, clicking and seeing if it's right, is to use your tape measure tool. It's right here, and it is the letter T. I'm about to go into it actually in a future video. It's how you set guides for things, and in actually our next video, you will use it extensively. But for right now, it's really, really effective. Hit T, and up will come this tape measure. You just start someplace and hover, and it'll show you right there what that is. And then you just hit spacebar. So instead of clicking it and making an actual line there, because you can't really see it, but right now there's this kind of dotted line like that that's running along that edge. Instead of doing that, just hit spacebar. So click, drag, it's at 3 feet. Now instead of clicking anything, just hit space to kind of erase the tape measure. Same thing here. So that was 3 feet by 3 feet. Hit spacebar, T again to get your tape measure. Click, drag it down here. This is 9 feet, exactly what we wanted. Spacebar to get rid of it. T again to bring it back up. Click and drag. 4 feet, that's exactly what we wanted. Spacebar to get rid of it. T to come back up. And you can check all of your lengths this way. So that's 2 by 5, perfect. And if I go from here all the way across, it should be 4, which is double 2. Perfect. Okay, so we're happy with that. Now that you've got all 4 of these shapes, we're going to do what SketchUp is made for. Let's make them 3D. We're going to do this with what is called the push-pull tool over here. You guessed it. We don't come over here and click it. We hit P, the hotkey for push-pull. So if you hit P and move your mouse a little bit, it's going to turn into this thing. And remember, we do not click and drag. If you click and drag, you are going to screw up. So just click and release, right? So now your finger is off the mouse. You shouldn't be holding the button down. And as you raise and lower this, it's turning it into 3 dimensions. We want this to be a cube, so we're going to start raising it up just to any distance. You can come high or just a little bit like this. And you guessed it, we're going to, in the bottom right corner, type in 3 feet. Enter. When we do that, we will now have this 3-dimensional cube object, okay? Let's bring all of them up to 3 feet. So I want to show you a few cool features here. Push-pull can, if you double-click, it will do the exact same thing that was just done. So we just move this one up 3 feet. If we want this one to match it, we just double-click. So go ahead and go click, click, and you'll see that it goes up to the exact same height. For the triangular prism, let's do it a little differently. Click and release, as we do. So click and release. You're now dragging it up. But as you've got this in edit mode, take your cursor, move it over to anywhere on the top of either of these shapes. So any of these points, just even on the bare face of this, will also, you can see in the bottom right corner, set that to 3 feet. So if you're trying to match something to something else that's already up, you can just hover over it and it will make it the same. So go ahead and click anywhere on that face, and it has made that exactly the same. So I'll let you do whatever you want for the circle. You can double click. You can, so double click would do that. I'm going to Control Z to undo that. I can hover to the triangle or the rectangular prism or the cube and click, and it'll put it up to 3 feet. Or you can click release, bring it up, and then hit 3 apostrophe and hit enter, and that'll bring it up to 3 feet. So there are different scenarios in which you'd want to use each of those skills and each of those abilities of the program. But for right now, we're going to stop there. Let's dimension all of these to the best of our ability, and then that is going to be the end of this video. So down to our dimension tool, which mine is currently here as my extra tool, but if you don't have it, remember, just click more and dimensions. Let's show that this is 3. Let's show that this one is 3 as well. That's coming out in my red. And let's show that this one coming out in my green is also 3. All right, now this one, it looks like I might kind of not have the nicest view of it. Oh, that's all right. That'll be 3 high. Gonna bring it out to that same distance, 4 by 9. This one, 2 feet. This one should be 3 as well, sure enough. And then 5 feet. And then this one, let's try something like this, going across right here to my center. That should be 2 feet radius. And then height, I really don't know how the circle does with heights. 3 and 9/16. So look at what I've just done. See where I clicked? See where those 2 green dots are? They're not directly down from each other. And you can even see that the angle of my dimension is wrong. So I've just made, but there it goes. Dimension is a very smart tool. So even though I kind of screwed it up, I just move my mouse around a little bit and it'll kind of make that where it needs to be. Now, this 3 is sort of hidden because of that. So I'm just going to try and move this back to where it was so that all of my dimensions are visible. This looks pretty good. Click my, let's save. Let's save it first, right? It's been a while since I've saved my 3D shapes. Now we're going to go to our snipping tool, new, drag that, and you know the drill. File, save as, save it to our desktop right here, and we're going to call this one 3D shapes. Go ahead and save that to your desktop. You can now cancel this and go back to your home, and you're ready for the next video.